I had seen people come back from Vietnam and talked to a lot of the guys, and I said, look, said to myself, I didn't really say it to anybody, but I said, I'm going to buy me a Super 8 movie camera and take it with me because I don't think from all that I had seen, that there's a good there's a good chance I won't come back. And I was hoping that might film what I did and how everything happened and everything occurred and what I was doing, so it would be a story to tell to my family. But that's it. That's why I got it, and I took it with me. I had the people on the ship. I could mount it in the airplane if I wanted to, or I could do it handheld. Most of the film that you've got was somebody was holding the camera. That was taken when I first went into the Navy to be a Navy pilot. I'm just a country boy from the mountains of North Carolina. I never had a dream that I could become a Navy pilot. I got in a little trouble in high school, and I had an option of going to the principal or reading a book over the weekend and writing a 4-page book report. So I opted to write the 4-page book report, and I read a book. The book I picked up was U.S. Navy test pilot Scott Crossfield, a book about him, and I read that book, and I said, "That's what I want to do." That the picture of me was when I was an ensign, and the airplane you see is the A6 Intruder. That was our Squadron V-85 on the tail of the airplane, and that's over Hampton Roads is where that's taken. I'm flying that airplane. I told the guys my tail number. I said, "Take a picture of me landing." So that's me. Now that's coming aboard the ship. That's what it's like when you're coming in. If you do everything right, you catch the number 3 wire. There's 4 wires across there. Here's the landing gear. In my right seat, you're sitting here. The bombardier's got the camera, and this is exactly what it looks like in the daytime. Now you touch down, go to full power, and you see the hook caught me. That's me turning down the gear. I mean, I just landed and stopped, and now I'm turning in there. The best thing about that ship was when you touch down, feeling those shoulder straps, and then once you feel the tug on the shoulders, I pulled it back to idle. Yeah, I'm looking at the airplane. I look at the bombs too. I would look at some of them, but I'm looking more at the airplane than I am at the bombs. And as you see, I'll get up on top. I check that canopy because there's a latch back there, and also the ejection seat handle right there, right where my left hand was. You check several. It's a pre-flight. We pre-flight the airplane, and there's a jettison. Now, what I'm checking is you can jettison that canopy, and if you have to eject just after takeoff, you might want to do it. If you don't, you can go through it. It'll blow you right through it. Okay, now that's when one of our combat missions, those are real bombs. 32 500-pound bombs, 8 tons. And you see all the writing on there. The people that loaded the bombs, they would write their girlfriends' names on them. Well, there's a couple of missions where I thought I was not going to make it. The bombardier had a thing over there like an oscope, an oscilloscope. When the radar would come on, he would see it. And we had a light come on in the cockpit that would say missile, missile, missile. When that light is flashing at you, it's coming at you. So you wait till it gets probably, what you say, 2 miles from you, and you roll hard into it, 90 degrees, right into it. Try to hit it. And it can't hold the guidance, so it goes ballistic over the top of it and misses. But stand by. There's usually another one coming. And sometimes there's a third. I dodged 3 of them. But that was one time I thought I was going to lose because the missile exploded just as it went by me. Another time that I felt that I was really in jeopardy, we were over Hanoi. 4 airplanes, you roll upside down. But when you roll upside down, you stay upside down because the tracers are coming up. You can see which way the tracers are coming up at you because the tracers coming up on my left side. I don't want to roll this way or roll the other way. But if it comes up both sides, you can either pull down harder to get under them and pull out. And that's another time I thought I was not going to make it. But I never got a scratch. And now there's 4 of us coming back to the ship. Now I always flew number 4. The 4 is the guy on the bottom. This was my last flight in the A6. You see all the guys at attention saluting. That was my last flight when I had completed my tour in the squadron as commanding officer. It was hard to give it up. When I got off the airplane, I turned around, looked at it, kissed it, and I said, well, you've kept me alive for all these years, and I appreciate it.
When you look at that film today, what are you thinking?
Well, I look at it as having been a part of my life that was great. You know, to serve my country. I lost four of my friends over there. You know, and I don't know whether you, well, no, you haven't, but some of the things you see just kill you. I mean, you know, you're brokenhearted about it. But if you've ever seen a burial at sea, you'll understand. It's pretty sad. But you know, and look at it in retrospect, I look at it as a blessing. You know, because I got to tell my story. I mean, and that's what I wanted. Just in case I got shut down or didn't make it, that's why I got it, just to tell my story.